Everything began when I started my journey to create a compelling rapper persona. I found myself delving into the world of hip-hop, searching for inspiration and references to craft a unique and authentic character. Growing up in a region where Hiligaynon is the primary language, I knew that incorporating this dialect into my rap persona would be a challenge. English rappers, with their bold and assertive tone, seemed like an obvious starting point, but I soon realized that translating their style to Hiligaynon wouldn't be a straightforward task. Hiligaynon, as a language, is inherently soft-spoken and gentle, which often makes it difficult to convey the same level of intensity and aggression that English rappers effortlessly exude. Even when watching live flip-top battles where rappers engage in intense lyrical battles, the Hiligaynon language often comes across as cartoonish and lacking in edge. I struggled to find a way to balance the softness of Hiligaynon with the harsh realities and confident swagger that hip-hop demands. It was as if the language itself was resisting the aggressive and confrontational nature of rap music. As I continued to brainstorm and experiment, I began to explore other sources of inspiration. I started following local Facebook pages and accounts where I stumbled upon a recurring theme that caught my attention. Almost every week, complaints would pop up about loud music and noise pollution, which seemed to be a constant source of frustration for the community. However, as I dug deeper, I noticed that these complaints often served as a distraction from more serious issues, such as crimes being committed by individuals who would use loud music as a cover for their illicit activities. This realization sparked an idea. What if my rapper persona could serve as a tool to create cautionary tales and narratives about the dangers of overlooking these crimes? I began to craft songs that highlighted how loud music can often hide more sinister activities, such as drug dealing, sexual assault, or even terrorism. By using satire, I aimed to comment on how the authorities, particularly the Philippine National Police, PNP, were spending more time and resources addressing noise complaints rather than tackling these more serious crimes. My persona became a voice for the community, shedding light on the importance of being vigilant and not letting loud music become a smokescreen for malicious activities. The more I read about the community's concerns, the more I became fascinated by the ways in which criminals were exploiting the system. They seemed to have a talent for manipulating the situation, using loud music as a diversion to carry out their crimes. It reminded me of a movie I had seen, I Saw the Devil, where the protagonist, a psychopath, was clever and calculating, always staying one step ahead of the authorities. This individual, much like the character in the movie, seemed to have an uncanny ability to evade justice, leaving me wondering how they managed to get away with their antics for so long. As I delved deeper into the stories and complaints, I began to see parallels between this individual's behavior and the characteristics of a psychopath. The lack of empathy, the manipulative nature, and the consistent disregard for the law and others' well-being, it all seemed to point to a disturbing pattern of behavior. I realized that this person's ability to evade accountability was not just a result of luck, but rather a calculated effort to exploit the system and manipulate those around them. Complaints became puzzle pieces that helped me craft my rapper image, eventually settling on the identity of Romeo T., the most notorious public nuisance in Oton. This epiphany sparked a new direction for my rapper persona. I began to craft a character that embodied the frustrations and anger of the community, using the complaints and stories as fuel for my lyrics. The soft-spoken nature of Hiligaynon became less of an issue as I focused on the raw emotion and intensity of the message, rather than trying to force a specific tone or style. The result was a unique blend of storytelling and social commentary, with the language becoming a tool to convey the emotions and concerns of the community. In the end, my search for a rapper persona led me down a path I never expected. Instead of emulating English rappers, I found inspiration in the frustrations and complaints of my community. The stories of a manipulative individual who seemed to embody the characteristics of a psychopath became the catalyst for my creativity. As I continue to develop my craft, I'm reminded that the true power of hip-hop lies not in the language or the tone, but in the message and the emotions that drive it. By using my persona as a tool for social commentary, I hope to raise awareness about the importance of being vigilant and not letting distractions like loud music hide the true issues that plague our community.